I'd like to talk about something that is referred to as the same but different. Let's say your story isn't quite getting to where you want it to be. Maybe you need to adjust the plot a little bit, but you're kind of stuck for an idea. You don't really know where your plot's going. It's not turning out how you wanted. You could take something that's already familiar to you and weave it into your story, making it different. It's kind of like the idea of fan fiction, where you take Doctor Who, for example, which I love. You could take Doctor Who on a new adventure. My favorite example would be like a mosh-up between Doctor Who lands in, Kansas, let's say, on the highway at a crossroads, and runs into Sam and Dean Winchester from Supernatural, and then they go on an adventure together. So you're taking two ideas that are familiar to you if you are familiar with those shows, and you put them in a different situation. So the same but different. That works for fairy tale retellings, alternate history, for example, where you take a historical event, World War II, and you take that situation, real life situation, and you add a twist to it. For example, Under My Skin, my werewolf-ish story, shapeshifter story, is basically, it plays a lot on Buffy, because I loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the whole series. So for me, this is like my spin on that. There's a team of kids who come together and they hunt monsters. And my spin was that one of the kids on the team, Erin, the main character, is actually half monster too. She's half woven, so half human and half beast. She is her own beast in Beauty and the Beast. So that was my twist on it. Another example in the work that I did is Exposed and Infiltrate, part of the Retribution series. Anyway, which was our version of the A-Team, a teen version of the A-Team. So again, a bunch of kids come together and they take down big bads or people who are doing evil things. A teen version of the A-Team. It's the same but different. Another example is I'm a huge Anne of Green Gables fan, so I did a retelling of Anne of Green Gables, but I set it in a dystopian steampunk kind of society where there's Victorian modes of transportation, steam engines, except they have super advancements. The engines can go really fast, and Anne herself is not just a human girl. She's actually a cyborg who's sent on a mission to kill someone in the small town of Avonlea. She's a sleeper agent. She doesn't even know that she's an assassin. So there's different ways you can take similar stories and change them up. I highly recommend the same but different. After all, every story has already been told. We're all retelling the same stories, but no one can tell a story the same as you. You are the only one who can tell your stories your way. I'm the only one who can tell my stories my way. We all add something different to every genre, every trope, every theme. So don't worry about, you want to write a Lord of the Rings type inspired fantasy and Lord of the Rings did everything. There's no reason to write any more fantasy stories. No, there's lots you can do with it. So take something that's similar, familiar to you, but make it different. Oh, and somewhere on here, or up here, I will link to the free Anne of Green Gables story. It's just called Anne. It's on Wattpad for free, so I'll just put a link there for you so you can go check it out.